going to be a little longer, but I'm going to kind of walk you through the thought process of how to um, really tweak code and how to make sure that we're getting it saved before it disappears. I've had an experience especially when I'm doing a longer coding session where this will reset over here and I'll lose everything that I just did. So I'm going to kind of talk you through that. The first thing, I'm going to try to write a code that has my bot go out around number one can, or circle, there's no can there, and back. So the first thing I'm going to do is over on this side, I'm going to find myself. I'm going to add a project name, and I'm just going to call it around number one. Okay, over here in the simulator, the first thing, looking at my pseudocode, I want to go out, but I kind of don't want to just go straight. I kind of want to make it go a little bit towards the one. And so if I make this number 3 wheel go a little bit slower than the 0 wheel, I think that I might accomplish that. So what I'm going to do is in the simulator, right under printf, I'm going to say motor 0. I want that at 100%. And I'm going to say this is going at an angle toward number 1. Okay. And then I'm going to do my other motor. Remember I said I want it to be just a little bit less. I'm going to try 90. I don't know if that's a good number. And then the msleep is how long I want it to do, remember? So I'm going to have it go 2.5 seconds just because I want to see what happens. Hit compile. Hit run. Okay, that looks pretty good. It might have even gone further than I needed it to, but I'm not unhappy with that because it got it closer to can 0. Now that I'm happy with my first step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy down the part that I don't have, and I'm going to immediately go back over here and paste it in. Okay? You can compile it if you want to, just to make sure that it saves it. Now, my next step is I go back over here and I see my bot. I'm going to need to make it turn around here. So I need this wheel to go probably quite a bit slower than this wheel so that it kind of isn't too far in a different place. So in my simulator over here, I'm going to go and I'm going to copy this code. And I want it to turn around number 1. And I said that I needed that top wheel to go a lot slower. So I'm going to put in 20%. I don't know. I don't know if 2.5 seconds is going to be too long or not. I'm going to go ahead and compile. Okay, now that it's compiled, I'm going to reset it back. And I'm going to hit run. Okay, it's going forward, the first part of the code, and now it's turning around. Okay, so I'm kind of going off a little bit of an angle. Does that bother me enough to fix it? I think I want to tweak it just a little bit. There's more than one way you can tweak it. You could make this wheel go a little bit faster so that it comes around more, or you could add a little bit of time. Let me make this wheel go, I think I'm going to do 30. That might be too much. We shall see. Go to compile and reset. Okay, it's compiled, so I'm going to run it. You can see it's moving. It's going around. Okay, so I kind of like how much further it out is from 1. But obviously, I didn't have it go long enough if I'm going to speed up that 1 wheel. So I'm going to go down here, and it looks like I'm going to try adding a whole second. We'll see if that's wise or not. Of course, compile and reset. Hit run. Here we go. Here's the truth of the juice. He goes all the way around. Okay, yeah. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to immediately copy this code now that I've tweaked it a little bit over here, because I don't want to lose that if for some reason over here glitches. So now I've got my second part of my code, and remember I can hit compile over here and that will save it on that side. Now all I need is for my robot to go straight back. So I'm going to go back. I want to copy this because it's more straight. But to go straight, I'm going to change my wheel. Remember, I had it going a little bit at an angle to get closer to 1. I'm going to change it back to 100. I'm going to say straight back to finish. Okay. Of course, you compile. Scroll down. Reset. Okay, I'm going to hit run. Awesome, it's going out. Okay, here comes our turn. Turn. Oh, good. And he's going straight back. And he made it right across the line. Okay, awesome. I get excited too when my code works. It's not just you. So I'm going to copy this part of my code. I'm going to put it over here. And guess what? I have a program that worked. So now you see the process of tweaking these numbers, and then also when you get a little section done, to make sure you go ahead and paste it over here in case you lose connection over here. I guarantee you the first time I started doing a long program in the simulator, I got almost done and I lost it all. And it was really demoralizing. But so I hope that is helpful in helping you to understand how to, have a pseudocode that you follow, but then how you have to go and tweak it and continuously compile it, reset it, and run it to see. That's exactly what happens in Person Bot Ball too, are those steps. So today or this week, you're going to have a couple of challenges. If you don't get through both challenges, it is okay. That happens in in-person coding as well. Sometimes we have one team that zips through a challenge. It just happened to come real easily to them. And then the next one they might get bogged down on. Or this person might be having some connection issues, and so they don't get as far. But as long as you're putting in the time and you're practicing and trying to get it to work, you can work on it as long as you want. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed and like you have to complete both challenges this week. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always come to office hours on Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday from 3:30 to 4, or if you need a different time, email one of the coaches and we will get you set up.